Hello there everyone, and welcome to Ostriv, something new for the channel here. My name is Chris, and welcome on what is going to be a new city building adventure. For those of you who, I don't know, are new to the channel, welcome along. I hope you enjoy your stay. And for those of you who are returning, thank you for joining me. If you're not familiar with Ostriv before, or Ostriv, this is a 17th century Ukrainian village management and building game. It's really calming and relaxing and beautiful and lovely, and I love it. I picked this game up the other week. It has been on my wish list for a little while now. And with the developer being based in Kharkiv in Ukraine, and with the ongoing conflict there, if you follow them on Twitter, they are unable to continue working on this game at the moment, let's put it that way. Horrendous scenes from their hometown. I figured it was time to bite the bullet, buy the game, in the hope that that developer can, I don't know, see the rewards. I mean, it's I don't know, maybe it's done nothing. Either way, I feel it's a good time to pick up this game. And what a game it is. What a game it is. Yes, if you are not familiar, the aim of the game is to build a village, produce food, produce clothing, you name it. You know the type of drill. The first thing we need to do, however, is we need to pick a site for our lovely little campers to come and set up a little base camp. The map itself is quite big. There's quite a lot of land here. So really, we need to know where we want to set up. Now, I feel like we want to be near trees. So we got a good spot over here. We want to be near water as well, ideally. Well, let's cut down to land. We want to be somewhere nice and flat. This area looks completely lovely and flat. Near to the water. We can't build on the water. Trees. I think we're gonna base ourselves here. And look, and here are our workers and their families. 29 of them in total. The first thing that we need to do then is we need to think about getting these lovely folks in houses before the winter comes. Now, in order to do that, we need certain raw materials. They do come with their own little raw materials. You can see here we do have some iron, some nails, and some thatch. And each one of these people has their own food, just enough to get them started. Hopefully, we won't need that for a long time because, or at least we won't need to worry about creating food, because what we're going to plan on doing is build their houses with gardens so they can grow their own little allotments. First things first, though, we need two things. We need a forestry, as it says up here, to produce wood, and we also need a clay pit. Now, if we're going to plan this out, we can set everything up. The main village itself, I don't really know what I want to do. Let's first things first. Do they have their little? They've got a little well there. Look, to get their water. That's nice. We need a forestry thing, so we can put this. Where would you put it? Should we put it like? Right. I'd like to do the village like along a main road, maybe, and have industry one end, and then. So if we put this here, and we'll get it off pause, and the people can go and start making a thing of that. So if we have the industry one end, we can have maybe houses going down a middle street, maybe, or maybe the houses going this way, looking out onto the river. That could be nice. That could be quite nice. We also want to have a clay pit. Clay pits are very important because we need the clay to build like the muddy the walls of our buildings. Okay, makes sense. We'll put this on fast forward as well so that these people can hurry up and get a move on. We will put a clay pit. I'll rotate it a little bit and we'll put it just off to the side, just behind the wood. We'll put it there. So, as you can see, what happens is in the top right-hand corner, the jobs list comes up. We can control what has been worked on by pulling it along the construction queue. So if we wanted the clay pit to be first, we put it there. We don't. But like, look at some of this thing. Look at these people. They come along, start building on it. The building process is really satisfying to watch. Another thing that's really satisfying is here. You see this little this house here. They're modular, right? So no house looks exactly like the next one. They change little things, the way the roof works, the way the windows are. It's honestly lovely. It gives your villages a real authentic feel. And if you look here, look, like the houses, they've got a little bit of space to them, means we can get some food in their gardens here. There's two different types of houses, I should point out. You do get a house without a garden, but you don't at this stage. I think keep a garden. They can grow their own stuff. It makes a lot of sense. Right, so we can face out onto the water. That might be quite nice. Build a string of houses, a clump of houses. Maybe we just build a little. We build them around a little square, maybe. So like this. Watch. How would this work? Let's think. So we could go one. Oh, I meant to hold shift. Holding shift helps. And look, because if you hold shift, you can place more than one. You could go 1, 2. How many do we need in total? 9 in total. So, I mean, we could do like a 3. And then how could this work? So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm kind of tempted with the idea of making this like a little main street. Right, I don't really want everything to be a grid, but I kind of like the idea of maybe we could build them at a little angle. Maybe a little angle, and then we develop like a small square. I don't know. I want this to look pretty. Let's just build it up like this. 1, we'll build another 3. How far can I get there? 2. Can I twist you a little bit so that you're slightly facing the river? Not too far. That's nice. Look at I like that there is no grid. I like that it puts things at an angle. Gives them a real authentic feeling to them. And now that everything is built, look, the woods that we have. Right, I tell you what, we'll save it while we're here. What are we going to call this town? What do you want to call it? I think we all know what we need to call it. Gversk. The recurring name. The village of Gversk. Now you'll see, we do have now, we'll assign 2 workers to this. And now these 2 workers over here. How many people do we have without jobs? These are looking for jobs. I tell you what, let's assign more wood people. Is that about right? We got 2. Yeah, all the men are working. The women currently are not. But these guys are going to go out into the woods, going to go chop down a tree. They will make firewood and boards for buildings, which we are now running out of. But that's because we will catch up eventually. So how many houses do we put down? We've put down 6 houses so far. I feel like maybe we'll put some. I feel like I've made a bit of a hash up of this, but I kind of like the idea that we are just building random houses. We're giving it an organic feel. Space between the houses, you know. We've got 1 there. So that puts us to 7. Can I fit you? Can I fit you there? Come on. 8, and then 1 more. We'll put another one, I guess, along here. Maybe here. It's wonky. It's wonky, but what's really nice when they make what will happen, you'll see people will start walking proper paths between the houses. That wears the grass down, and you do see natural paths developing, which is great. We can then develop our town around the very natural looking paths. We'll speed it up a little bit because The main thing now is to get these houses up and running before winter. We can think about what else we need to put in. It would also be good. The main thing is, in the year 1721, we want to get everyone in a house before the snows fall. And they usually fall in November, right? I think in the summer months, in the winter months, literally the opposite, it would be prudent to potentially get a farm up and running. And I feel like the farm needs to go a little bit further inland. We'll keep the houses and stuff along near the river, but I think we get a farm up here. What that can then do is we can build that after all the houses are done, and it gets some of our people just working, you know, gets food coming in. So we'll put in for a farm as well. And then the farm can go up here. We'll keep fields to this terrain here. Keep the river banks for houses and shops and markets and stuff. But look, we got a house. We got a house that's set up already. That's really cool. And then maybe like this, we're going to develop like a little neato square here. We can fit some more buildings amongst it. It's going to be good. Gavuski's going to look lovely. It's going to look organic and lovely. Don't you fret. So we'll have the farm up there, which will have fields as well. Look at these guys. They're getting a load of wood together, aren't they? Good on you. The next thing as well that we're going to want is probably a smithy. Because nails are going to be something that... I know we have a good collection of nails and a good collection of iron. It never hurts to have the smithy just ready. We don't want to overextend too far in the first year. But we do probably need things like this. Where is my smithy? And a thatchery as well. Thatcheries would be great. Where's the smithy, mate? Smelting smithy. There it is. There it is. We can maybe... I'm thinking... Turn this around. We can build up a little industrial area just here. You know, people don't want to walk too far to their work, do they? Maybe even if we put it here, so the clay pit is kind of behind it. We put that there, and then we need a thatchery, and the thatchery is important because that will collect thatches for the roofs, and it's a job that our ladies can do. Because this game specifies like that. Should we put it up near the wood? Up here? Or maybe even... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Delete, thank you. I kind of like the idea of keeping this industrial area sectioned off a little bit. So maybe we could even put these buildings close to each other. And then we could fence them off a little bit. But then I kind of like the idea. Thatcheries come and get this stuff here. So maybe by the water is a good idea for the thatcheries. Yeah, we'll put one up here. That'll... Again, this mouse is very sensitive today. We'll put you just next to these houses. Just there. We'll develop a nice little organic looking road. But you can see already, look, the heavily treaded paths are beginning to create a lovely path between them. I like it. I like the idea. We can probably... So the smithy... What is going there? Forestry there. Yep. There's all kinds of stuff that we want to get going. We'll then think about building a town hall. Town hall opens more options to us. But there's loads of stuff to think about. Orchards, windmills, keeping livestock, the tannery, smelting. That's another thing. We are going to need... For the smithy, we're going to need some charcoal burning. It's probably best... Where could we even keep one of these? We could put one behind... I think it's good to have two, but I kind of like the idea of having them... We could put them like behind this wood place here. We'll put one here. Maybe? Can I put one there? One there. One there. I know, we're putting them near the forest. It's kind of scary, isn't it? That kind of makes it suggest that we're going to set a forest fire. We're not. Look at this. Look at this. Charcoal is burning, which is great. Charcoal is actually also a really good resource to sell. So once we do get up to going out and trading, if you look on this world map, look, there is other places to sell. Durkachi, they love, from my trial, they bloody love charcoal over there. They will pay you for your charcoal, and they love it. So it's always good it's a good resource to have. Ooh, we were worrying about water just then. From my playthrough before, it's always good to have more water on demand. So, whilst we've got one over here for the people, I think it would be worth possibly putting in another one. Maybe we'll put it just outside these people's houses. What do we think? They'd love that, wouldn't they, there? Oh, it needs to be rotated, because look, the blue is cool. Rotate it round slowly by holding control. We'll put that there. That won't take too long to build. But the main focus now is these houses. You can now see people are living in here, and you can look at this. They've got stuff that they're growing, which is great. One of the things we will then do, once we start harvesting this food, we'll get a granary up and running, which is a place to store food. We, the town, can buy local produce off our villagers. We can then sell it in market stalls, and it's a good way of redistributing food to the rest of the village. Because one of the things that can happen in this game, if your villagers don't have a varied diet, they just won't be happy. They'll leave. Same if they can't get access to drinking water. They'll leave. Which is what we don't want. We want to get a nice, healthy village. I mean, it is looking beautiful already. Even if it's a kind of crazy layout. I kind of like it that way. I'm thinking we leave this area. This area here can be a lovely little square. And we do have decorations that we can put down. We can give these guys a little bench, look. Just so they can sit and have a little rest. They're having a rest already. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Right, so this industrial area is looking pretty cool. Gotta say, we can decide where they want to go. We could pause the game just briefly. We could put like a little archway here, fence it off, and then that leads to the industrial light and magic over here. Look, what type of fence do you want? I feel like I want to, not that one. That one's massive. I want the same as this type of fence, which I believe is that. Nice. And look, we can fix it up. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here. But we'll put that there for now. Fence it off a little bit. They can walk into the village here. That'll be the plan anyway. We'll keep this area clear for... Just we're zoning. We're zoning, okay? Zoning out. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. So, this is, building takes a little bit of time. If you zoom in and watch them, like, it is a lot. They go to a lot of effort to build. Like, the animations and the actual propping up of the house is quite incredible. What else can we do whilst we're slowly building? The factory will be there. We've got then the 3 houses here, another house there. I think if we can get this farm built in the winter, so that we can then plan the fields out for the next year, that'll be awesome. How are we doing for wood? We're doing really well. Really well. All the work is done. They don't need any more trees for now. And how is everyone doing for firewood? Lots of firewood. They come, as I say, people come with a set number of food items, and then that can last for a while. There is a certain number that an adult needs per year, and I do believe they have enough for the first 2 years. But we want to be able to get the farm up, make them some potatoes, make them some wheat, that type of thing. We'll get it done. It's going to be awesome. We'll also then need to build a town hall at some point. We then need to think about trading. I'm thinking the granary So the granary we want near to our market stalls, because the market stalls are going to be useful for redistributing our food. So that could, I mean, this could eventually go around here, maybe, and we put market stalls around it. We then need to think about where's the town hall going to go. A town hall could easily... How big's the town hall? Town hall's quite big, but the town hall could fit at the end of this... End of here, look. And we've got like a little square there. That could be quite useful. That could be quite useful. The town hall allows us to operate our economy, raise taxes, lower wages, which is something I do want to do. It's a tip that I saw in a video. Lower the economy down a little bit so that we're not paying people as much. I don't think they get too annoyed about that. So, town hall. It always helps to also have houses be constantly being built, because that's how new people come into your town. But I think we'll put a plan for a town hall there at least, and then we can put maybe another little, maybe another archway here, so people can go in and out. And then this will be our first little market town square. We got houses here. Yeah, a little square, and we're building an organic little village. It's awesome. It's awesome. It takes them a little while, though, doesn't it, to build? So, what else do we need? Health, we haven't got just yet. Schools, we'll get eventually, at some point, when we've got a lot of kids, we'll need one. This shows here the migration status, the stuff we need to increase our village. We don't have any markets and we don't have any housing available. We don't need any entertainment at this point. Once we get to a certain size, we're going to need it. But yeah, this is exciting. This is exciting. Again, we don't want to grow too much that we have too many jobs and not enough people. Equally, we want people to have employment. It's all about balance, as is all these type of management games. This house is going to be nearly done. We'll just watch them finish it up in fast forward, look. Nearly done. Now they finish putting the roof bars up. They're going to go and get some factory soon. The workers have a cycle of resting, just like in any other game, so they've gone away to rest now. I think this guy's going to come and build. Here they are. Here they are, look. Putting up that frame. Honestly, like, this game is very, very beautiful. Like, in its own way, it's got an aesthetic that I completely appreciate. There we go. Look, and now some more families. The Andrukiv family. I'm going to butcher pronunciations. For that, I am sorry. But they've got their home now. Some of these homes, you'll see, it will be a little bit late in the year now to start planting food, which is why it's really important when we do get everything else built up that those families who've had been able to plant will be able to share their crops. And you got things like this: bees, beekeeping, honey. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really lovely game. That's a bit wonky, but I kind of like that. We will, because obviously we'll follow the path of the river. Oh, it's going to be lovely. It's going to be absolutely lovely. We've got 3 more houses to build. Let's put some decorations down. We've got a little bird box. We can give some people a bird box. I think we put it on the corner. I think they'd love a bird box there. We can also think about trees. Now, trees are very cool because you can chop them down, obviously, but planting them just gives your village a little bit of decoration. Now, I think we could put some... Do we want to put them in front of people's houses? It stops them getting natural light, and they are south-facing. It's just such good real estate here. I think we could put some houses around, some trees around. Look, one in front of each house. Now they'll probably get chopped down eventually, but they'll grow and they'll look quite nice. Someone's come and planted it. Saplings, I don't believe, cost us anything. So these trees will just grow over the years. Trees do take a long while to grow as well. And carts. This is another thing to talk about. We're going to need a carpenter. The carpenter will come and fix carts and be able to make carts. The more carts we have, the more stuff people can carry around. That is something we probably need to consider at some point. A carpenter. I don't know where we'll put a carpenter. Carpentry. Obviously, we're going to need more people at that point. Probably good to put him near the wood supply. So we could put him like here, look. Just off the wood people. It makes sense to put them near each other, doesn't it? Could put him here. And then it might be good to get like a cart parking just along here as well. To transport things. It's going to go right on this path. We're going to change the nature of this path, I think. Maybe... No, I think there's a good place. It's gonna check. I love this. I love the whole path thing. It's awesome. 2 more houses to go, and then our family are safe and in before winter, which is going to be awesome. I think we're gonna keep episodes relatively short for this series. So once this house is done, we will finish up with the village of Gavusk for today. But there's a lot to do. It's quite exciting, and it's a chilled game. You know, there is. Obviously, people could starve or be thirsty, but it's a game about planning and managing our village. There is no disasters here. There is no... At least I hope not, anyway. Touch wood. Touch wood, eh? Touch wood. But I think this is going to be good. We can then think about planning where the next set of houses are going to go. I think we've got the... I think we build them around this square here. This informal square. We'll build them up against the river. Yeah, I think it's going to look good. I think it's going to be nice. We almost zone things off. We keep along the woodland to industry. We keep near the river housing. Obviously, on the river we can have boats and stuff. And inland here we'll keep to farming. I think that's a good idea. We probably can think about where we want the next set of houses to go. So we're going to have a factory here. Town hall there to block everything off. And I guess the town hall kind of serves as... I mean, this is a very organic looking town. Maybe we could put one here, look. Another house just facing down into the river. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know where's the best place to put one. Town hall, factory. Maybe we could go a little bit gritty and just build some here, look. I don't want to go too gritty. I kind of like having spaces between them, but maybe hold shift, put one there. One there as well. I mean, it kind of feels a little bit daft, but... And then we can maybe start some new ones around here. Or maybe even down here. No, we'll go. Snow's coming anyway. Here comes winter. Winter itself begins. And if we're quick, which would be great, this house will get done and people can get out of those miserable tents and get in to their lovely house. Come on. Come on, people. Let's get this house done. We require thatches. We require wood. We require clay. We just need to get this done because it's cold. It's cold for our families here. We've had people leave. I think we've had people leave. Oh no, that's disgraceful. That's sad. That is sad. But hey, this life wasn't going to be for everyone, was it? No doubt they've moved to bigger cities like Balakilia, Darachi maybe. They've probably moved. We're nearly done. Come on. Get this house up and running. And we will finish up this episode. It's decent, you know? It is good. I don't know if I'm reassuring myself that. We've got a long list of things to build, which is awesome. But look at it, look, it's going to be a slightly different shape to the rest. Like, look at... Let me just slow for a brief... Like, look at some of the houses. They're all looking very different. It gives the village a complete unique look to each other. Which I kind of love. I think down here is where eventually we will have things like... what have we got? Like, production. Fueling mill, wow. Smelts. Fishing dock, like... Things like that can go down here, which looks a great place as well, because look, it's just on the corner here. In fact, there's quite a lot of land down here at the... Oh, that's awesome. The riverfront itself can be... There's a lot of land there that is good to use. So that is awesome. We will consider that next time. But that's all off in the future. That may be even in the year 1723. Because it's the main focus is the farm next year. Farm, get the crops growing. The thatchery, we desperately need... In fact, we probably desperately need a thatchery. How are we doing in terms of thatchery supplies? Yeah, we're going to... That is going to go up. Thatchery before the farm. Simply because we need thatch in order to build a farm. So we're going to need that resource. Thankfully, we should be able to have built everything else before... Here we go. Last. Nearly done. We'll watch them in standard time as he goes through the wall and puts the roof on. Now, this game still is in early access. As I say, I don't know when it will be finished because horrifying war. But it is wonderful even at this point. I've not come across any bugs or anything. So there we go. There we go. The houses are set up and ready. Gavursk is here. People are no longer living in tents, which is awesome. We will pick up then next episode. Factory, farms, 1922. Thank you ever so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video here in Ostriv. Until then, stay safe. See you next time.